ski area, and all of those communities really seems like it paid off. By putting that strong firefighting effort there, they really helped to keep those flames and really shift the way that fire was burning last night and move it more off to the east. So it still has destroyed a lot. It's still burning, but at least we're starting to get out of the wind situation. In fact, next 3 days, looks like the winds in the fire zone will just be in that 10 to 20 mile per hour range. The next thing we'll look towards is some hotter weather by Sunday and Monday, upper 80s and also some low 90s.
Thank you, Jeff. Now, El Dorado County leaders are saying that it is safe for some people to return home for now. Evacuation orders in North Camino and Pollock Pines have been downgraded to just an evacuation warning. Some people came back home to take care of their farms, and some people to go to their favorite restaurants.
It's really nice to be able to come down the road here and sit down here and have a beer.
I think it's terrible. It's heartbreaking to see that there's been so many people that have been displaced.
Now, El Dorado County leaders say when you get home, make sure you have clean, running water. Okay, want to show you just how much the Caldor fire has grown in the past 2.5 weeks. Now, it started in Grizzly Flats, okay, and then, which is about 35 miles southwest of South Lake Tahoe. From there, it moved mainly east, burning along Highway 50 over here by Kybers, okay. Then it jumped 50, burning on both sides of that. Then in the last few days, it jumped Highway 89. Near Echo Summit, and then it went over to Myers. It's getting close to South Lake Tahoe. The fire has now burned more than 200,000 acres, and that burn area is bigger than the cities of San Francisco, Oakland, and San Jose combined.
Governor Newsom in the burn zone today. He said part of what's different about this fire is that the flames are threatening Lake Tahoe, which is an area that's so special for so many generations of Californians. The governor says that includes his own family. Tahoe is where his parents met.
And we talk in terms of climate change, we talk about wildfires, but we don't talk enough about loss, traditions, places, people, memories wiped off the map, towns wiped off the map. And I think that's what's radically changed out west.
The governor says protecting South Lake Tahoe and battling the Caldor fire is the state's top priority. Our coverage continues at NBCBayArea.com. We have an interactive map where you can see exactly where this fire has burned. Just click on the Caldor burn map on the trending bar. It's right there on our homepage.
Well, new at 11 tonight, another Bay Area city joining San Francisco in requiring proof of vaccination to get inside most places. Berkeley health leaders say starting September 10th, customers 12 and older will have to show that they're vaccinated in order to get into bars, restaurants, clubs, gyms. Add to that large events with more than 1,000 people. The city also requiring people who work in those businesses be fully vaccinated by October 15th.
Well, if you think about it, we have now been wearing masks for 1.5 years, but now a different and first of its kind Stanford study explains how well masks actually work, and it points to one type of mask as being more effective. Here's NBC Bay Area's Ian Cole.
Despite the different variants, the one constant in fighting COVID is wearing a mask, and a newly released study from Stanford shows how effective they are. Researchers studied 600 villages in Bangladesh where masking was low. They gave half of the villages free masks, information and reminders to wear them, and nothing to the other half. In the villages wearing masks, symptomatic COVID cases were 9% lower than the villages that did not wear them. And for the most vulnerable population, aged 60 and above, it was 35% lower. Ashley Stachinsky is one of the lead authors and an infectious disease fellow at Stanford.
So it's not just about an individual wearing a mask to protect himself or herself. It's about an individual wearing a mask to keep the community safe. And I think that's really what was demonstrated in this study.
It's believed to be the first large-scale randomized study on the effectiveness of masks in a real-world setting. And though doctors say any protection helps, they found surgical masks worked much better than cloth ones.
What we found was a strong effect from surgical masks. And so now we can say that a more effective mask leads to greater levels of protection.
The team of doctors show giving masks away with encouragement from community leaders, and countries struggling to get vaccinations does slow the spread. As for here in the more densely populated Bay Area,
we would expect, if anything, that the impact of masks might be greater in the Bay Area at this time than what we measured in our study.
Ian Cole, NBC Bay Area News.
Well, breaking at this hour out of Texas, the Supreme Court refusing to block the abortion ban in Texas. The vote came down 5-4, with Chief Justice Roberts joining the court's 3 liberal members in dissent. Now, it was passed by the legislature back in May, but the law forbids abortions after a heartbeat is detected, which is typically around 6 weeks. But that's also way before many women even know they're pregnant. Now, that kind of a ban has never been permitted in any state since the Supreme Court decided that Roe versus Wade was the landmark ruling legalizing abortion nationwide in 1973.
We are back in 60 seconds with an update on our breaking news in New York City and beyond. Unprecedented, really. So many communities underwater in these overnight hours. We have new video and new information for you.
And I'll have another check on the radar, what's happening on the East Coast, plus our fog and smoke forecast. I'm back with that in about 6 minutes.
Also, it's not a new gadget. It is a new feature, though, making headlines. Apple's announcement that could make your driver's license, physical one, obsolete.
It's time for the biggest sale of the year on the new Sleep Number 360 smart bed. It helps keep you effortlessly comfortable by sensing your movements and automatically responding to both of you. And it's temperature balancing to help you stay comfortable all night. It even tracks your circadian rhythm so you know when you're at your best. In other words, it's the most energy-building, wellness-boosting, parent-powering, proven quality night's sleep we've ever made. Save 50% on the new Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed, plus 0% interest for 36 months and free premium delivery. Ends Labor Day.
Want to show you that breaking news out of New York and New Jersey. Look at this. Massive flooding, historic flooding, and unfortunately it's turned deadly. At least one person has died after a roof partially collapsed. This happened in Queens. All of this water, the remnants of Tropical Storm Ida. This is new video into our newsroom out of Queens. Cars floating down the streets there. Now here at home, we're dealing with the opposite thing. Flames raging at this hour still. The Caldor fire threatening South Lake Tahoe. So far, flames have burned nearly 209,000 acres. There you see it. Containment, though, is up a bit from 5 and 6 o'clock when we first told you. It's gone up from 20% to 23%. Jeff's going to join us in just a few minutes to look at the conditions that crews are up against this evening.
Some tense moments in Marin County today, and tonight a lot of relief. Fire crews are monitoring for hot spots after flames got dangerously close to homes in Lucas Valley. A fire started in dry brush behind the homes at Mount Lassen Drive and Idleberry Road. That happened this afternoon. The flames raced along the hillside as families packed up their belongings and fire crews attacked the fire from the ground and the air. People who saw the fire take off say they raced to pack their cars and evacuate.
The thought of losing that and losing all your, luckily we were able to pack up the kids' pictures and everything like that, but losing all the art and schoolwork.
A lot of anxiety for the people in this area. After several hours of aggressive firefighting, Marin County Fire stopped the progress of the flames. Thankfully, no structures were burned and no one was hurt.
A trail in the Sierra National Forest where a family mysteriously died has been shut down. San Francisco Chronicle reporting the Merced River recreation site is closed to, quote, due to unknown hazards found in and near the Savage Lundy Trail. John Jerish, Ellen Chung, and their 1-year-old daughter and their family dog were found dead there 2 weeks ago. Investigators have so far ruled out any type of violence and also that there were no toxic fumes in the area. That trail, though, is expected to be closed until the end of the month.
The recall election is 13 days away, but plenty of people are already casting their ballot, and we have some early numbers for you. Whether or not Governor Newsom is recalled will likely depend on who decides to vote. These numbers come from Political Data Incorporated. That's a California company that provides data for campaigns. Of all the ballots mailed to California voters, 22% have already been returned. In total, that's about 4.7 million votes cast so far. Here's the breakdown by party. Of those 4.7 million ballots that have been returned, 24% belong to Democrats, 21% to Republicans, and 16% identify as independent or another party. That 16% will be crucial to determining the outcome. One of the candidates hoping to replace Governor Newsom was in San Francisco today. That's John Cox speaking in front of PG&E's headquarters about his public safety plan. He says he will oppose decriminalization and early release for prisoners. Cox says he'll also push for fully funding police and enforcing the laws already on the books, and will prioritize making changes in education so that schools prepare students for college and their careers. Cox adds he plans to get wildfires under control and says it all starts with better management.
Whether it's water, electricity, housing, homelessness, education, taxes, the high cost of living, these are all management problems.
Again, that recall election less than 2 weeks away, Tuesday, September 14th. If you have questions about your ballot, how to fill it out properly, we have some answers for you. Our Scott McGrew has put together an explainer on how to complete your ballot properly. You can find it at NBCBayArea.com/recall or click on the Newsom Recall in our trending bar at the top of our homepage.
Okay, we've been showing it to you. It is historic. All this flooding in New York and New Jersey. This is new video. This is out of Manhattan. You can see the water rushing into this duplex, just inundating it as the people try to struggle with this. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Jeff Ranieri. Jeff, I mean, it's crazy. We're dealing with fire on one coast and then flooding on the other, and it happened so quickly.
Yeah, and the terrifying thing for folks in the Northeast tonight is when that happened, it happened in a flash. They had a flash flooding emergency. It's one of the most dangerous and deadly forms of flooding. So a lot of folks were sitting in their apartments and their homes when that water just started to rush in as the streets and the sewers couldn't handle it anymore. Look at this number here. In 6 hours, 3 to 7 inches of rainfall. That's 1 to 2 months worth of rain in just 6 hours. Now, as we look at the radar, you can see the heaviest rain. That's in the orange to red color. That's what hit the tri-state area, also right there over New York City. Now, currently, New York City is starting to see dry weather, so good on that front. Still some heavier rain over Long Island. And if you have any family in New England, they're really getting hit hard now as all of this is moving off to the north. So that's over Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. 2 to 5 inches expected there overnight. So check on your family, your friends, and then also if you have an airport flight tomorrow, there could be certainly some delays and also some cancellations. We're following this, more video, more stories on it at NBCBayArea.com. Okay, let's bring you over to the West Coast, and we are tracking some fairly comfortable weather, at least here in the Bay Area. We have this system off to the north. It's hoping to cool us off, keeping the thickest smoke off towards the east, and also bringing back some fog for the morning. So let's go ahead and get you set up and ready to go for that Thursday morning forecast. And there you can see the fog at the coastline, some spotty areas of drizzle, clouds over the North Bay and the East Bay, not too much for the South Bay. And then we'll get our sunshine returning as we roll through the afternoon. Now, the other thing with that fog in the morning, it's going to be chilly. So make sure you have the jacket out for yourself and your kids. If you're getting them ready for school around 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, we're going to begin with 51 in the Tri-Valley, Peninsula 52, and down to 53 in the South Bay. More of that chilly weather right over the East Bay, San Francisco, and the North Bay. Daytime highs do start to warm up just a couple of degrees tomorrow, but once again, still very, very comfortable and below average. So bring us to 78 Morgan Hill, 77 right through Silicon Valley into San Jose, 75 in Palo Alto, right up to Martinez, 76 in mid-70s through Napa and Santa Rosa. Go anywhere near the coastline and we have those 60s. Now, through the afternoon, I do expect sunshine, but we are going to see some of that haze from nearby fires moving back into the Bay Area. I think for most of us, the air quality is going to be moderate. You can see that blue to green color. That's moderate air quality. But by the afternoon, we'll likely see maybe some unhealthy air right up there towards the North Bay, back into Napa, also through Fairfield. On my 7-day forecast in San Francisco, we warm it up Labor Day to 70 and also into Tuesday. And we'll see more 60s next week. And for the inland valleys, going up to 96 Sunday, a hot Labor Day 95, and then 80s after that. So comfortable tomorrow, but again, the heat's on once we hit Labor Day, and that New York City situation, that's some scary, scary stuff. Anyone who has family out there, they definitely should reach out to them. It's pretty frightening.
And you say it's now heading up into New England, so It's not over. Thank you, Jeff. Happening now, we will likely have a jury selected by tomorrow in the high-profile trial of Elizabeth Holmes. The founder of Theranos was back in court today for that jury selection. Yesterday, 9 potential jurors were excused because they were unvaccinated. Another concern is finding jurors who don't know much about this case or Elizabeth Holmes herself, despite all the press surrounding her and her failed Silicon Valley company. We're back in a moment.
At this unprecedented moment in American history, when we're trying to address the crisis of climate change, guarantee health care for all, and pass real immigration reform, the last thing we need is to have some right-wing Republican governor in California. The September 14th recall of However, 14th. Thank you.
They were co-designed by the San Jose State art professor. He says that people get fascinated. Data released by the CDC is self-reported by pharmacies and vaccine providers. They say that 15 million doses is probably an undercount. Various reasons why some doses are disposed of. Is small and just a fraction of the overall doses administered in the U.S.
Apple is rolling out a new feature, a digital driver's license. It allows you to scan your license from your wallet and just add it to your iPhone and Apple Watch. Arizona and Georgia will be the first states to try this out. Connecticut, Iowa, Kentucky, Maryland, Oklahoma, and Utah will also soon participate. It's unclear if and when California will have access. An Apple spokesperson says it's an important step to replace the physical wallet with the secure and easy-to-use mobile wallets.
That is good.
Happened in months. Stay with us.
And its variants. Make your appointment at sccfreevax.org. Learn how to get your COVID vaccine today.
The Bay Area and the rest of your world, all in 1 hour. NBC Bay Area News at 6. NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt at 6:30.
Okay, I'm going to say it. At this point, it's not torture. I'm not an expert, but I think this is a slump.
It's the good old-fashioned slump.
Okay, thank you. They're not in first place anymore.
No, for the first time in months, the Giants are not in first place. September's to you when things get fun, but now the Dodgers are in first place. Let's show you what happened at the ballpark tonight. China Basin, Giants, and the Brewers. Brewers are also one of the best teams in all of baseball. We'll pick it up. The Giants making a comeback here. Bottom of the fifth inning, Buster Posey with the RBI single right down the line. Run scores. This tied the game 2-2. Things are looking good. Maybe things aren't so bad. September 1st, but then it got bad. Bottom of the inning, wheels kind of came on. Lorenzo Cain steps in. He's that's a home run. Brewers win 5-2. The live their last 6 games. And they're in second place. NBC Bay Area. First place is on the line. Our coverage begins at 6:30 p.m. The streaky A's in Lead, thanks in part to this home run by Starling. Miguel Cabrera, this guy's been doing it for years, hits his 502nd games out of that final wild card spot. We're back in a moment.
In the Bay Area, Safe Flight is here for you.
Bring your car to us. Or
At the Golden Gate Bridge. Wherever you are, we're here for you.
on our way. That's service on your time.
Humane is looking for entries in their Best of Show contest. Tell us about your pet.
Breaking news on state of emergency in effect, and now we just heard from the mayor of Passaic, New Jersey, confirming another death. Firefighters pulling someone from a car that got caught in the floodwaters near the river. The person did not survive. Firefighters have been literally swimming in the streets, up to 6 feet of water in some spots, rescuing people trapped in their stalled cars.
Over in Manhattan, the subway system is shut down. No taxis, no Uber, no Lyft. The Newark airport also shut down for a while tonight. Look at this. This is inside the terminal, people riding the escalator into the water. One final word from Jeff Ranieri here. This is not just New York, but up the East Coast seaboard now.
Yeah, really hitting the tri-state area hard. 1 to 2 months of rain in just 6 hours, drying out in New York City, but now the threat moves to New England. Expect airport delays and cancellations as we head through tomorrow.
A lot happening on both sides of the country. That's going to do it for us here at 11 o'clock. We hope to see you back here tomorrow.
Be safe.
Tonight, breaking news, the tornado emergency. Remnants of Hurricane Ida slamming the East Coast. The massive twister caught on camera. A trail of destruction as the extreme weather pushes into the Northeast. Heavy rain and deadly flooding. 56 million under alert. While in Louisiana, the new images of a community nearly wiped off the map. Long lines for gas, food, and water. Nearly 1 million still without power. Our correspondent with the governor. We ask him, how long will it last? Plus, California's raging Caldor fire exploding to more than 200,000 acres. The flames closing in on Lake Tahoe's famed resorts. Snowblowers now being used to fight the growing inferno. Also breaking tonight, the deadly high school shooting, the urgent manhunt, and what police just announced. New images of the Taliban parading captured U.S. military weapons and equipment. President Biden under fire for leaving Americans behind, as we learn an interpreter who once helped rescue the president from Taliban territory years ago can't get out, now asking the president to return the favor. The new indictment 2 years after the death of Elijah McClain, a young unarmed black man, the charges police and paramedics face, and the CDC's new COVID travel warning just ahead of Labor Day.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening. I'm Tom Yamas in for Lester. Tonight we start with breaking news. The dangerous storm system on the move. Remnants of Hurricane Ida hammering the East Coast. The new images of an apparent tornado ripping through Annapolis, Maryland. Tornado watches and warnings in effect from North Carolina to Maryland, including Washington, D.C. and Philadelphia. Torrential rain drenching the mid-Atlantic and Northeast at this hour. Students rescued from a school bus in Maryland after it became trapped in rising floodwaters. And overnight, water's also surging into an apartment in Rockville. A 19-year-old killed, at least one person still missing. And later, we'll tell you about millions more Americans facing extreme weather from the Gulf Coast to fire out west. NBC's Tom Costello starts us off tonight from Annapolis, Maryland.
Touching down in and around Annapolis, Maryland this afternoon, tornadoes on the ground for many miles after spinning off from Hurricane Ida that slammed Louisiana.
Please make sure you're inside. Please make sure you're in your lowest level of your house.
In downtown Annapolis, power lines